Sunday. Today has been a good day, actually. Yes, it's been a good day. Why am I emphasizing that? But no, it's been a good day. I slept in a bit this morning. Um, Not much reason other than I felt like getting more sleep, I guess. Which was good because then there was a volleyball social which happened at 10, and that went well. I really enjoyed that. And I felt actually a lot more relaxed during it than I thought it'd be. So it was good. Um, and then I chilled out for a bit and got on with uni work and got some stuff done, which is awesome. Um, so I'm really happy with how uni work's kind of gone. Um, because I got a big chunky forum post done and did some planning for an essay I have to write on game AI, choosing a game of my choice. I've chosen the Halo games. We'll see if I'm allowed to do multiple. Because I'm hoping to talk about like the Halo games and the evolution of their like decision making within their AI. So like talking about Combat Evolved, and then Halo 2, and then Halo 3, and any others if it's relevant. Probably wouldn't have the word count for it, but yeah. Um, so yeah, no, I planned that out and that was good. And um, in between doing that forum post, I went on a walk. Um, and it was a really weird experience. And this is gonna sound weird. I don't know if I'm gonna explain it. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to explain it correctly or in a way which makes sense. Um, but during the walk, I felt this just wave of kind of like nostalgia, like clarity of mind, or like awakeness. I felt super like awake as well. Um, and I felt like whole. Like I felt like I was a whole in that moment. And it's weird. I don't know how to describe it better than that. But like it was really good. And I just like on the walk I was just yapping to myself about random things like, you know, what things I was nostalgic about because the atmosphere was very nostalgic. Like fairly clear sky, sun setting, um, cool air, but not like cold. Um, it's a really nice atmosphere. And it just reminds me a lot of like childhood experiences that are like similar. So yeah, no, I was thinking about that, and just man, it was such a weird but like nice experience. And it just led me to going on a longer walk than I thought. But then it wasn't actually as long as I thought it was. Um, it was about like like half an hour and 8 minutes, roughly 38 minutes. Um, so yeah, but yeah, it was really nice. Really positive. And then obviously, after all the uni work stuff, I like done with for the day. Um, Had my dinner and chilled out. And yeah, like it's weird. It's been like a simple day, but it's felt like a really positive, nice day. And that's just good. That just feels great. Um, yeah. I've just finished watching a movie with a friend of mine. I forgot the name of it. But it's this anime movie that's about like this kid who's like super talented at running, and there's this other kid who runs to like get away from a lot of the mental struggles they're dealing with. I think things like anxiety and depression probably. Um, and it shows like the evolution of these two characters and different people that interact with their lives. Um, and it's a really good movie. I'd recommend to watch it because I enjoyed it. Like it has a weaker second half than the first half, but it is still a very enjoyable movie. And it has one scene in particular in the middle point of the film which I absolutely love. Um, really, really, really good scene. It's like this long shot that leads into like a super high tense moment, and I love long shots. Honestly, in films, I love long shots because they're just so cool and like creative with how the camera moves. Absolutely love it. But yeah, that's basically been today. I'm not gonna ramble on about anything else because it is late and I need to get sleep so I can do it again tomorrow. But yeah, I'm feeling positive going into this week. Here's hoping uni work stays consistent and I can get shit done and it all gets finished and out the way, um, so that the week after I can be super chillaxed and have more rambly talks in the video journal series than just uni work progress and need to get sleep. So yeah, that's gonna be it for Sunday. Looking strong. Monday done and productive somewhat. Had a bit of trouble getting to sleep last night because there was a lot of noise in the kitchen and because I'm sleeping in the downstairs live bedroom. Noise carries over, and that woke me up. So that wasn't fun. But I still got some sleep, and I woke up somewhat reasonably, um, and got on with stuff, and got a decent amount of work done. I've got the ECS parser done, so now it's just connecting those parts up. And then when I came back, I was just feeling super tired, so I wasn't able to do as much after this tutorial. So I ended up just working a bit on the tank UI and setting up some stuff, but I didn't do that much. Oh. So it's still like, ooh, because it's like at the top of my laptop. Rah. Anyway, um, and it's Splatoon 20, second week of Swiss. Um, just like games to put people into brackets or whatever. Um, went well. We won all our games. And I think we are playing better and adapting better, and maybe just easing off that rust more. So looking good there. And that's pretty much it today. There is not much to talk about. Um, so yeah. Yeah. Um, what else can I talk about right now? I don't know. There's nothing really on my mind right now to talk about. Yeah. I guess I could do an update on the hole in the ceiling situation. Because I don't know if I've done that yet. The last fix did not actually fix it. And they came in to look at it earlier today. And apparently there's something they need to look at up in the chimney or something. I don't know. Um, but hopefully that's getting sorted out. Because there's a new roofer person that's going to go up there and deal with it. So hopefully that's getting sorted out. And I'm going to get some compensation for it, which is nice as well. I'm happy about that. And after those things, yeah, it's not much to actually talk about today. I wish there was more. But I'm going to get off early. Gonna leave this nice and short because I want to make sure I get good enough sleep tomorrow because I need to keep banging on with the uni work. I know. Boring. I want to hear mental shit. um, but yeah, nah. It's been good, positive, productive day. If somewhat tiring. Somewhat tiring. Keeping the energy strong for the rest of the week. And hopefully we'll be looking in a nice, good position by the end of it for getting all the uni work done. And then we can yap about mental stuff. But yeah, that's going to be it for Monday. Tuesday is done. Today's been productive. Despite my energy level, the day has been productive. I've gotten the functionality of all the different states for my human AI thing done. So it now functions in a way which looks decent and as expected. And it means that all I have left to do on that front is to make the enemies have some sort of brains AI to follow the player and try and attack them. Um, and then if I have the time, add fuzzy logic to the player. Otherwise, or if I have time for that, and also stuff. Um, Also get the group movement working because that stuff is just not working for me. It's weird. But yeah, that's uni. That's uni stuff. Uh, all around pretty productive. Um, I am just feeling super tired right now. It's not really because of lack of sleep. I don't know. I feel like I got a good night of sleep. According to my app, which I use to track my sleep cycle, um, I got, I don't know, 7 hours maybe, which is like decent for a university student. Definitely decent for a university student. Um, um, there's there's mental things I can talk about. Uh, I don't know if I guess I'm ready to talk about it yet. Yeah, I should talk about it. I should talk about it. It's better to talk about it now, especially because it's been on my mind today and yesterday. Like after the video yesterday, I I was kind of chilling out while I was waiting to get my teeth done, um, and I ended up feeling a bunch of mental stuff, which is probably like subconsciously building up that day, and then came out that evening. That's pretty intense. But uh, gosh, where did I go? Let's see. So I mean, a lot of the stuff that I've talked about. I mean, some of the mental stuff I've talked about within like the past two video journal series. Um, they're like connected, but obviously it's not the exact same thing. Um, Trying to think about how to actually start this. I've had a very complicated life, I guess. Like when I was younger, I think I was like super energetic, very like eager to like be active and doing stuff, and like I'd always be very like high energy with everything I was doing. And like, man, that version of me was really cool. And like when I think back on it, that's probably the happiest period of my life. Though I guess a lot of people would say that like, oh, early childhood years, best time. Um, but yeah. And obviously I mentioned the kind of social hierarchy that my friendship group had during like the later years of primary. And that heavily affected me. Um, there are other experiences as well that did impact me quite a lot around that time. Just going off the top of my head, um, I don't think I've actually talked about this with anyone because I guess it's just something I didn't like reflected on. But there was this one time, it was in I think year six, maybe. I want to say year six. I don't know I can't remember like the circumstances around the event. But like I think there were maybe like three year fives or younger that were teasing me on the playground, and then like one of them pinned me to the ground, uh, and I got really emotional there. And like after they let me go, Um, I felt so angry towards them that I had to like try and intimidate them, and that was scary. It just felt so unlike me. But I guess it was probably like build up of different frustrations and like negative feelings at the time. Um, don't know why I've thought about that now. Hey, there's that. Um, Sports days were always like really competitive as well. Just with my friendship group. Um, like I was a pretty fast runner back then, but it was just like other people around me that were like trying to run faster, like be the best. And like I guess it somewhat got to me at the time, like losing that kind of position that I had as a runner, I guess. Yeah. And there was also this one friend I had who um I misunderstood a conversation we had, and that led to some confusion. And that led to a lot of teasing. And that wasn't very nice either. Funny enough, that wasn't nice. Um, and I felt really responsible for that and guilty for a long time. Until I like apologized for it later in life and resolved that. Um, it's annoying as well because I liked that person that was my friend, and I guess I was really upset that like that friendship was, or I guess it seemed to me at the time, just to like be closed off after that moment. Didn't really know what to do at the time. And that doesn't help when you like someone, obviously. Um, that yeah. So that fed into the depression days. My secondary school life. Oh, what a bad time. Like year seven was probably fine. A lot of new things, a lot of crazy different, people, and getting accustomed to like a new school, a bigger school with so many more people around. Um, Year seven was probably the best of those kind of like secondary school years. Year eight was pretty good too, because that's when I got into making games. Because one of our like lessons was in computer science, and we used the Scratch engine, which is like a web, simple, very easy programming system for making games. And I got really into that, which led me to be like, huh, I could actually do this in the future. Or I actually want to make my own games in the future. So I guess that's kind of why I'm here doing the studies, um, games design and programming. So yeah, that's cool. I'm getting off topic. But yeah, no. Secondary school years was, I mean, from year eight onwards was very depressing and not good, not positive. I had a lot of negative thoughts, low self-worth, the like. Um, it was like that time that I felt most like alone, and isolated, because while like the friendship group hierarchy was there, making things hard, um, there was, I guess, my home life too, which was kind of lonely because my sister has some mental health conditions, not like the, how to put it, like the ones you can't just like change. Yeah, those ones that would like be, diagnosed and affect that person for life rather than the ones that you like learn or inherit through life or whatever. So she had to get lots of support from my family, from my parents, which left me to be kind of just on my own a lot at home. Like there's so many days I just come home, go into the living room, whack on Splatoon, and just play games for the entire evening. Um, and hey, I enjoyed it. I do love Splatoon, and maybe part of that is having so much time to it. Um, but obviously, it was very like lonely feeling. Um, yeah, something that really affected me was just because of my sister's life getting more and more like taken up by stuff. Um, we spent less time hanging out and playing games and doing stuff together. That was hard because that was what probably made home feel the most loneliest. It's not really having anyone to do stuff with. Like I'd still like hang out with friends every now and again, but I guess it's like doesn't really change those circumstances at all. Um, but yeah, so that portion of life sucked, and I was in a very loathing, depressive state, which made every day feel kind of shit. And that got bad to a point where I thought that it could get like dangerous. So, um, I guess maybe to some extent I decided like can't let it get to that point. So let's try make things better. Um, because I guess that mindset of like striving for perfection or like constantly trying to improve at things was still there. Um, and so like I'd work on different aspects of my life and like gradually over time with like resources online and a lot of effort. Like I pulled myself out of a state of mind. Um, and I've been out of that state of mind for like what would be now for nearly 5 years, probably 5 years now, really. So that's really good, and I'm glad that I'm here in this mental like state of health and whatnot. I think I've mentioned before, like I've come a long way, essentially. Still more to go, but the important part is how far I've come. So yeah. Um, but yeah, so I guess a lot of these experiences in my life have created a negative bias that I have to fight often. And one of those negative biases is towards like romance and relationships. Um, I guess I've always kind of felt incapable of it. And that's made like any opportunity like that just kind of impossible. I mean, there's probably a few people I've had like feelings for in my life and I've never acted on. Um, and those have just ended up becoming like old friendships or like distance associate people, I guess. Like not talking to them anymore. Um, so yeah, but I got lucky in the first year of A levels when I met my ex, and I think that was the first time I. think to some degree that was the first time I felt like understood, and that kind of loneliness disappeared. Um, that's why I look back on it so fondly, I guess. And because of that, I had like faith and hope that maybe it was possible to like actually have a relationship. Um, and that, and like it was nice. I was happy, like quite a lot, yeah. Um, than how I was, and felt like there was a lot to look forward to in the future, a lot that I could do. But it was also like hard because it was the first proper relationship I'd ever been in, and knowing what to do and like what's okay, how to act was difficult because of the trauma that I've had in my life. Like, so many things I wanted to do. I just didn't really have the courage to push for it enough. And I let a lot of like things in my past kind of like weigh on my decisions, and that led to me kind of being distant. And so I guess I take a lot of responsibility for it. Um, maybe more than I should do, because to some degree, like they also were distant and dealing with their own things. Um, and so that same year, we like broke it off so that we'd just be friends, which was, I guess, okay, but I felt wrong. I think it felt wrong at the time because the reason it was happening, at least to me, didn't seem like for the right reasons, I guess. Like, it felt like there was something that was driving us apart. Like, whether that be a thing mentally that's affecting both of us, whether that was just some kind of like trauma or past conditioning or whatever, I don't know. But it felt like there was something that was driving us apart, and that being the reason was wrong, and it still feels wrong. But like, it was maybe good that we split off because I mean, it's probably given us both time to reflect and work on ourselves. And I'm I'm in a good position because of it. Maybe I would be in a better off. I could have ended up in a worse position if we hadn't broken it off. I don't know. Um, it's hard to say, I guess. But like, because it happened, I've been able to work through some things. And like, I mean, it's part of what's led me to doing this spin-off journal series. It's like it's been a positive experience in my life, even if it like ended, and even if it didn't get better afterwards, because it ending was like sad, but not like bad. That wasn't like the worst of it, I guess. Um, the worst of it was kind of just like the time after. Like I really valued that connection I had with them. And when we broke things off, it felt wrong to want to like spend time with them or talk about things or do anything because to some degree it felt like that's not what they wanted. Um, but like I couldn't if I let myself believe that you know it wasn't real or that it wasn't genuine what we had, then like probably would have just fallen back into that this depressive self-loathing cycle that I was in for so long. So like I tried to like maintain that friendship at the time. I thought like, oh, if I'd still like text regularly or semi-regularly, it'd be fine. But they just seemed more and more closed off. And when like I'd bring it up, it just felt like I was being told everything was fine or that there's like other people that they're talking to that, you know, they were one of the things good for both of us or whatever. Like, I guess sweet, empty words is what they were, how they felt at the time. I didn't challenge it, I guess. I was like, yeah, no, that sounds great. And, you know, fair, fairs, and I've got to move on and shit. So, like, yeah, but it's just looking back on it, it doesn't feel right. It still doesn't feel right. I mean, things have just remained this way for several years now. And, like, our, like, relationship isn't gonna just come back. I don't think either of us really want that. Um, like, I don't feel like I'm in a place to be in a relationship right now. And I don't know, when I get there, I guess it'll be a surprise. But I guess what I've been worrying about is losing that friendship for good. Like, I visualize it as just a door being closed and never, like, being openable again. Like, it's locked off. I think I have this fear because when my granddad passed away in year eight, at the time, like, when I learned about it, I wasn't that affected by it. I didn't really know what to think. But then at the funeral, they show, like, the kind of classic montage of photos and videos from their person's life and stuff, and it made me think about how much I didn't know about my granddad and how much life that he'd lived, and felt really sad because I missed it and I'll never get the chance to talk to him again, like to learn about him. And so I guess I have that same fear with other people in my life. And like the closer they are, the more it's there. Maybe that's what drove us away from each other. And like this has all been like things I've been thinking through and figuring out for like the past year. Like it's been a long fucking ride. It's like after A-levels ended, they started going out with someone else. Like I was like, okay, gonna make sure I, just completely close it off and move on and whatever. Like get rid of all traces and just try and focus on living my own life. And that worked because I started university, and so that was all the hubbub of doing that. And getting used to living at university and all that. But like that was basically just coping with it. There wasn't like dealing with any issues. And I think as I've talked about it more with people, like especially my housemates, some of the other people that were in that kind of social group, um, it's become easier to live with. And that just feels so wrong to say. Or at least I guess my thoughts and understanding of it have become clearer and maybe more positive. And like it's like all those thoughts were going through my mind again about like, ruining things, making things worse. And like I had to pull myself out of it this morning, which is really, annoying because I'm trying to get on with uni work. Hand in week is a week away now. Um, but this kind of issue just feels like something that like I'm alone in. Like it feels like everyone would think, you know, you're just missing that relationship, not the person. You need to move on and find someone else or make new friendships and, accept that that one's gone. Like, it just feels like no one would take my side in this, would like believe that wanting to rebuild that friendship is a good idea. It's been so hard, like, just trying to figure out what it is that, like, trying to find or, like, what am I actually trying to repair? Like, I know now, I know, like, definite that, like, the friendship is what I want to rebuild. It just feels so impossible to do. Like, I don't even know how to. It's one thing, like, other people, like, believing in what I'm saying and, supporting me and trying to maybe rebuild the friendship. But, like, it'd be easier if, the other person was also feeling that way. And every time we talk, every time we text, it's just like, I've moved on. I don't think about it. I'm living my own life. Go away. I mean, I'm probably over exaggerating their words, maybe. Even though that's like what I read. they're always still like super, you know, thoughtful and trying to help me deal with things. Like, I don't know why they even respond to me. Just out of pity, I guess. A sense of like responsibility, maybe. They've said like so many times they don't want to like cause me pain or harm or anything like that. And that it like hurts to think that I did. Guess I wanted to show them that they didn't. That I could never be angry or upset with them. And then here I am, just rambling on about it and looking all depressed and sad. Rather than, yeah, I don't know if I'm explaining any of this well. This is probably like the shittiest breakdown of things, and it's gonna be like so many details that I've missed, but well, I guess I was never gonna like full spiel all of it, but um, yeah, despite all of that, I still want to rebuild that friendship, despite all of that. If I let go of it, question why I'm even doing anything in the first place. Like, if I let go of this, what's the point in like, in any of my mental health this whole time? Just to revert back to like that self-despising loner who can't talk to anyone. Yeah, I've just been reminded of something funny. I don't know if it was just in drama or like just during like certain rehearsal days. But like I sometimes just pretend to get drunk drinking water. It's a bit silly thinking back on it. Especially now knowing what it's like to be drunk. But yeah, that's something I used to do. It was pretty funny. I guess it was just trying to escape from things. So now it just seems sad in retrospect, but it was funny. It was a funny thing. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it, I guess. I feel like the audio quality in this going to be so ass. I'm going to be like mumbling so many words. Uh, whatever. Um, I guess the takeaway from this would be if there is a friendship or relationship or anything that you like feel so strongly about, don't let go of it unless not letting go of it is like causing harm to someone. Like if that's the case, how let go of that as soon as you can. Um, otherwise you should hold on because it's worth it. I have to believe that. I'm grappling with the idea that I am causing harm by holding on to that friendship. Um, but yeah, guess that's my takeaway, my words of wisdom to the world or anyone watching this, to myself even. Yeah, yeah. It's gonna be so hard listening back to this. Okay. It's going up to 11 now, so I should probably get to sleep because more uni work. Whoa. Um, gosh, rest of the week's probably going to be pretty just uni work talking. Like this has been enough mental stuff for like the next 2 weeks. Um, yeah. Hopefully when I get the rest of this uni work done and I get off, I can just talk about more positive experiences and things. Because there's a lot of people I want to talk to and catch up with and do stuff with. I haven't had the time because uni, nah, but coming soon. So that'll be nice. And then when I go back home, there'll be fun little videos. And my dog, which will be awesome because my dog is so cool and lazy and greedy when it comes to food. They are a muncher and they will do anything to get more munch. Yeah. Miss my dog. Anyway, yeah, that's where I'm gonna leave it. If you are any of the people involved in what I've talked about, because I know some people from my life are probably gonna see this. I mean, maybe you know who you are, maybe you don't know who you are. I don't know. If you can decipher my words, I guess. I guess, what am I gonna say? Don't feel any pressure to do anything by what I've said. These are just like thoughts and feelings I have towards things, and to some degree, it is personal things I have to work on myself. Um, Equally, I'm always open to talk about it because that's the one thing I think is the most undervalued thing in just like social society today is being able just to talk about stuff. It's just talking. Like, there's so many things that you can just talk about and resolve through talking. And then sometimes when words aren't enough, then like action combines with those words and boom, you've solved whatever like disagreement or struggle or like conflict there is. Like talking, it really does work sometimes. And even if it doesn't work, it gives more clarity to both parties and whoever else is involved, and it helps them, think through their own stuff. Because, there's many assumptions people make. There's many assumptions I've even made, probably through talking about this and stuff that are like, they aren't true. Um, so yeah, talking through things can help you clear that up, which is very important. Um, so yeah, so I guess I am, yeah, open to talk about that stuff because sooner I can deal with this issue, the better. Because I don't know, it feels like a big focal point of other issues, and maybe it will be like maybe solving it could be a catalyst to solving other issues like mental health things. And I don't know, it'd be really cool to get back to that kind of like more energetic younger self. I think I'd like that. But yeah, that's where we're going to leave it. So that's Tuesday's video. Because of this length, rest of the week's probably going to be a bit short. But hey, you've had your fill of mental health talking. So yeah, that's going to be it for Tuesday. See you on Wednesday. So Wednesday, today's been fairly productive, all things considered. I got my shopping done early in the morning. And then after a bit of procrastination, I got on with work at around 1:30ish. Um, I was going through the different sources that I'm using for my essay part of the game AI module. And I managed to make notes and all that today, which was good. Would like to maybe have gotten something else done, but I've done what I needed to do today, so I'm happy with that at least. Yeah. Other than that, it's not really much else to talk about. I am tired. This is going to be a short one because I need to go to sleep and I want to go to volleyball training tomorrow morning. So I really do need to get off sleep. Um, yeah, a lot of stuff to come, I guess. Not much for today. I didn't go to Splatoon Society. I was just too tired from doing uni work. I was spending time with some housemates, talking about some stuff like the idea of um, the world being deterministic or being like free will based. And my perception of reality is that um, physical reality is all deterministic, but there is an element of free will which comes in through consciousness, which is something that's not physical that we know of right now. Um, and it's the thing that can like change the line of determinism that you follow in your life. So, like, it's a bit of both. Like, your choices do matter, whether or not it's, clear to you that they do or not. And I like that philosophy. I like that view of the world that I have because I don't know, it feels quite satisfying as an answer. But yeah, we were also talking about like purpose and stuff, and my personal like understanding, I guess, of my purpose. I mean, my understanding of purpose is like it's like the same kind of thing with like meaning and stuff. Like it's not something you're given or born with or anything like that. Like it's something you get through your life, and it's something that can change and evolve over time. Like it essentially is based off of the life you have lived. So like it could be anything, but you find that meaning and purpose through the life that you live. Um, like the events that precede it, essentially. And I guess my meaning and purpose for life in life right now is about making the world better in whatever way that is, whatever like abstract means that is. I want to have like a positive impact on the world, promote good change. And that good change, I guess, is defined by me. But yeah, that's always been my goal, which has led me into being more of a people pleaser than I sometimes care to like admit. And that mentality is good and bad. There's positive and negatives to it. I guess I won't really go into that now. But yeah, that is that is my purpose in life. That I guess I've chosen for myself, for what I've lived. And who knows, maybe it'll evolve more and more as time goes on. Like I could hopefully maybe find purpose in specific people in the future. That'd be nice. Um, yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today. I need to go sleep. I've actually talked longer than I thought I was going to talk. But yeah, that is Wednesday. Hopefully Thursday will be productive. Friday will hopefully be productive. Some volleyball maybe on Thursday and maybe Friday. And then Saturday will probably also be short because I want to be focusing on getting work done. And there will be like the days leading up into the deadline. So yeah, but yeah, we'll see. That's sorry. That's gonna be it for Wednesday. So, well, we'll see you Thursday. Thursday. It's been a tiring day because I didn't get that much sleep. Um, as obvious from as obvious from like the last video journal entry part. Yeah. Um, but I still got off to volleyball in the morning, which went all right, all things considered. Like I'm improving my timing of a lot of things, and my jump serve is still somewhat consistent. But sometimes I mean, the most important part about it is the toss, and that's the part that I struggle at the most, which is annoying. Because like the actual hit, I'm somewhat alright with. Like the motion into the jump, perfectly fine with as well. It is just like getting the right toss distance, which makes sense. That is the hardest part of it. That's why it's such a hard serve to do. Um, but like the more I'm doing, obviously, the more consistent I'm getting, which is good. So I need to make sure I'm keeping up, trying to go for it rather than just always doing regular serves. Because I can do regular serves super chill, pretty consistent. Um, but yeah, and I was just tired in the morning, which is probably why I felt more relaxed. I felt more relaxed during the session today. So yeah, but that went all right. And then when I came back at 9, I basically just kind of had like a little nap for like an hour maybe, um, which was nice. But I think just because of how tired I was and the fact that like despite the nap, it wasn't like energizing me. I just found it like basically not possible to get on with uni work until my tutorial. Like I skipped the lecture for one of my modules. I mean, it was a very like generic, boring lecture on like the ethics of AI and oh, is it okay to use it or not okay to use it in these circumstances? And as you can tell, it's not talking about specifically a like game AI agent or something like that. It's talking about generative AI because that's the most controversial thing with AI right now. Um, and it's weird to even have a discussion debate on the ethics of it because it's wrong. I feel that generative AI is wrong specifically because it is not like using the tool as intended. Like AI is a tool right now, and it should be used specifically to achieve certain things, not to take a bunch of different images or whatever to use as resources to then stitch it together and produce a like outcome. It shouldn't be used in that sense because that is really bad for people, especially within the art field, because they lose all their jobs to that specific process. And that's not good, period. And also removes the soul from it as well. Like, there's no intention behind it. It's like I was having this like little discussion in my head after like hearing about what the lecture was about. Um, but like the thing that sets generative AI apart from actual human creativity is the fact that like what the human produces comes from experiences, whereas what the AI produces comes from specific input. So like a giant list of things that it's being put like given to create something, like a list of things that are related to whatever it's trying to generate. Whereas the human creates things based off of experiences, which involve both memories and feeling. Like, that's the important part. Because when you remove the feeling from it, you just have memories. And, like, sure, if everyone just built things off of memories, it would still be unique because everyone would have a very different, like, list of memories of experiences and stuff. But you would get more similar results because you would lack that emotional aspect of it. Like the experience itself, what emotion did it draw out? Which is really important. And it's important for all things that are creative because, you want to feel something from it. You want it to feel like the intention behind it. Like, a story is great when it all works together and makes sense, but it's not a story if it doesn't have any intention behind it. At the same time, though, because everyone that writes a story has intention behind it, the thing that shines through the most is execution. So, yeah, there's both sides of it, I guess. Like, you can't have one without the other, but when you look at certain areas, one ends up being more important. So, like, in like the realm of creativity, um, the ideas and stuff is more important. But in the realm of like quality, the actual execution is more important. So yeah, that's my own take on it, I guess. I mean, people can think other things and to each their own. Um, but yeah. So after that, I mean, during that lecture time, I was like trying to get on with work, but I couldn't get on with work. So I instead ended up just designing another character on a Hero Forge. Um, I would talk about my Demon Arm story right now, but it just needs a more proper space of time. Because, like, I could give maybe a very brief general idea of what the story is, and maybe talk about some character journeys that it's going to explore. But, like, one, there's things I want to be sure of in terms of, like, whether or not it's to be revealed in the story. Like, I'm fine saying and explaining it before. Um, because there is one character that is really significant in terms of like the stages in the story that they are at, and I feel like they're one of the most interesting parts of the story. But if I talk about them and like all those interesting things that happen to them in the story, then you kind of lose a lot of the impact of those things because you already know they're going to happen. So basically, I want to figure out what I'm okay with saying and like revealing and what I'm not okay with saying until like, you know, the story's actually written at that point. It's like spoilers or no spoilers. Um, so I will do maybe tomorrow, maybe I'll do it next week. Um, and I'll probably go more into detail with certain things during like my time off uni. But yeah, I will talk about my Demon Arm story in a future video journal entry. Not this one, unfortunately. But yeah, I could potentially, I probably will actually, have some images here though of different characters that I've designed from using Hero Forge from the story. So who knows who these characters are and what roles they play, but here they are. Ooh, cool. um, so yeah, well, I guess a little teaser before I actually talk about the story and what I'm doing. But yeah, so then after that, did my tutorial where I actually got some stuff done. I'm at the stage now where hopefully tomorrow, if I can do banging good quality progress on the game AI, like artifact stuff, I'll only have a bit of artifact stuff left with my other module, and then it's just writing and forum and video stuff, which is all very easy to do in like 2 days of not having anything else to do. So looking good, but we'll see by the end of the week. So not Sunday. We'll see by Saturday where we're at with it, and hopefully it'll be looking good, and I won't have to be too uh, much of a workaholic during the weekend and days leading up to London Day. But yeah, I'm feeling positive about it. Not as positive as I could be feeling because I feel like there's a vision I had for it that I could have gotten to but didn't quite reach, and that's kind of how it is. Because I struggle to account for like the things that will happen in my life because I'm a very active person, and I forget that being an active person oftentimes means that the amount of time I expect to have for things is just not going to be there. It's just not. Like, I think I need to account for the minimum amount of time I will have rather than like the maximum amount of time, which is what I'm always looking at. So that'll be something I'll work on and hopefully get good at. And I'll be more productive. That'd be awesome. But yeah. And then obviously this evening's just been chilling out because I've been way too tired to do any uni work. Um, so yeah. But that's why I'm gonna go off and get some good sleep nice and early. And hopefully have a really productive day tomorrow. So I can maybe go to volleyball or just chill out in the evening. Um, but yeah, so that's going to be it for Thursday. So Friday has been a very standard. Yeah, we're gonna go with that word. It's gonna be a very like standard, simple day. I haven't really done much at all. Uh, Morning I chilled out, then got on with work after my tutorial, um, and I got to the point where I'd made all the elements of the enemy AI in terms of it being a behavior tree, and ran into an error that I didn't know how to fix because nothing in the like lecture or tutorial slides told me anything really about the specific like functionality and how it was working. Basically, very confusing, very like loose information. So I'm just gonna have to like go into a support session in the coming days to just solve that issue and hopefully get that done. That'll be, you know, Monday next week's problem probably. Um, Other than that, I mean, like once that's working, that's basically that module done. Outside of like the essay, like the artifact side of it will basically be done. So it'll just be like doing the essay and then a forum post, and then the other module is just finishing some code stuff up with the UI and ECS, and then I think just making a video for that one. So that one's like really simple and quick as well. Like there really isn't that much to do, so I'm not like stressed about it. I guess I'm just annoyed at how I know the amount of stuff that needs to be done and my desire to just get it out the way. Like, it's not like I'm rushing anything, but I kind of prefer if I was like just getting shit out the way because it'd just be nicer to just have like a day sooner than later where I wake up and I don't have to do anything for the whole day. I can chill out fully because I've basically been on the grind for like a week, not even a week, 2 weeks. 3 weeks, I mean, if you count like all the volleyball stuff as well, leading up to that tournament. So yeah, it's been tiring. Speaking of volleyball, I didn't go in because I was doing uni work. So one less thing to talk about. But what I will mention in this, because it's going to be a short one, is that I recently got shown I got sent like a video on YouTube, and it's a really cool video. Basically, it's a animated music video focusing on Waluigi, and it uses this like really really good Japanese song and like uses it alongside visuals to kind of like just like communicate the kind of Waluigi narrative of like rejection and like misfortune and stuff, and it's just a really really well animated um music video. It's so well done. Like I think she is like watching it several times in a row just because of how much I liked it and like the idea of it. It's just a really cool thing that Nintendo's never gonna do with their characters. They're never gonna like make a show about Waluigi, or even a game really about Waluigi. But like it's such a cool thing, and I'd love to see a show that is just like focused on Waluigi and like the circumstances of his life and the misfortune and um like bitterness that he feels and all those different kind of emotions boiling up into him, leading him to like become a villain. Like, because I was thinking about it, it's like it's the kind of thing of like most people would like to see a happy ending. I just like to see like a bad ending. I'd like to see him become the villain from those things. Like to just see that downward spiral. I think that's such a cool thing that like you don't even really see that much nowadays. Like we don't really follow villains in stories anymore. I can't even really remember a time when like that mainly was a thing because they always end up becoming heroes or something else. Um, I can't I can think of like any stories I can think of where we're like specifically following a villain, and like it's like maybe one or two in my head, but there isn't that many. Um, so I just think that's a really cool idea. That's communicated in that music video animated, and I will link it in the description. It is really, really good. I highly recommend checking it out. It's only like 2.5 minutes, so it doesn't take that much time. Just watch it once at least. I trust me, you'll love it. I mean, if you know about like Nintendo characters and that, you will like it. Like it is really fucking good. Um, but yeah, that's gonna be it for today. Tomorrow, gonna be some volleyball because I'm gonna go to the morning session and hopefully I'll get a bunch of work done as well, and I'll be like, productive day. Now for the week overview and get this video out of the way so I go to bed. So yeah, that's gonna be it for Friday. So Saturday is basically done now. It's been a long ass day, just because of doing lots of uni work, basically. I did get off to volleyball in the morning, and it was pretty fun. I enjoyed it, and I feel like my skills are actually getting more better because of the last week's Saturday session where we had the old coach for the main team show up and do some practice training with us, teaching. So like my skills are actually like getting better at a rate where I'm more aware of them, which is really nice, and I'm happy about that. And it was fun, which is important too. It also helped me wake up. That was very important. It helped me wake up. Helped me. Yeah, I can't speak because I'm so fucking. It helped me wake up so I could get on with uni work. There. Um, Uni work itself has gone fine. Um, if anything, I was probably expecting to get more done than I was physically capable of doing today. Um, like if I was just straight up working non-stop, the entire time from coming back without like I mean including like a lunch and dinner break, then I should probably could have gotten like close to everything that I wanted to get done or expected to get done today done. But despite that, I have actually gotten a lot done. I've done all of the UI stuff for my tank, which also involved doing a very quick and simplistic weapon system. Like that's all done, and I'm happy with how that's come out. Like everything binding wise is working outside of a very small thing that's kind of minor and not that big a deal. So like I'm happy with all that. Um, which leaves me with only the ECS stuff to finish off for the Advanced Mechanics Design module, which I'm going to do on Monday, along with hopefully finishing off the AI, because the enemy AI obviously was not working for some behavior tree reason that I couldn't figure out. So hopefully both of those get finished off on Monday, along with any other small tiny bits of code. Then I can upload all of that stuff then. So tomorrow is going to be pretty much just entirely focused on the written part of my AI module. So hopefully that goes well. If it goes like really well and I get like a draft or draft with revisions done by like a decent time, maybe I can actually go and work on some of the other code stuff to make Monday a bit easier. Because I've also got a Splatoon tournament. I'm probably not going to be able to start on the Splatoon tournament. Thinking about it, that's fine. So yeah, like things we're looking on target basically. We've been looking on target for the past week. It's just knowing how much I still have to be doing. It's just so tiring. We're looking on target, and I should be like finished like early Tuesday with everything because like on Tuesday, hopefully the only things left is a forum post and just a video with some amount of tiny like research that I can shove into a document and be like, whatever, there's my research. um, but yeah, so we're looking on target to get everything done. I'm happy about that. And so today has been productive. Good amount of productivity today. Yeah. Um, I guess the week as a whole, I should do a little, yeah, I need to do a little overview of the week. It's not really much to say other than it's been fucking tiring. It's been tiring. It's been like mentally draining. Um, like so many people I want to catch up with that I haven't had I haven't had like a proper chance to catch up with because of like all the uni work stuff that I've had to be doing. Um, and like it's definitely it's weird because it has been a mental stress, but it hasn't ever felt like a mental stress. Because when I usually get like uni work stressed or pressure, like that pushes me into just doing like lots more. And like that has happened with this week. Um, but it's just felt weirdly different. I guess because I feel on target maybe, and I feel like I'm stressing more than I need to. Um, so yeah, I don't know what that's about, but like I'm on target, and yeah, I'm still kind of feeling stressed about it, which isn't like a bad thing in of itself. It's more if it gets to a point where it starts like negatively affecting me, obviously. Um, but yeah, so like that's definitely been the trickiest part of the week is just managing my capacity for stuff with everything going on. And obviously, I did kind of hit a semi breaking point earlier in the week, but like the way I guess I see it is that like when I get bogged down by like uni work or some other like pressure or something, like when it gets to me, it makes certain other things come up, which makes everything worse. Um, like the mental talk, obviously, that was earlier in the week. I think it was like maybe Tuesday or something. I don't know. I'll know in editing, obviously. But like that big old mental talk, like that whole, I guess, mindset that I was having at the time was coming about because of like pressure, making other things that are like on my mind that aren't positive, that like not I'm not repressing, but just not thinking about come up. Um, and then it's like, oh, it's all too much, and then I break down. Um, but I've gotten through it basically because I've gotten to this point where I am on target to finish my uni work, and I'm going to be so fucking happy when it's done. I'm going to be so relaxed for like a week, and then I have to go straight back into just doing lots of work stuff. Because I've got to look for a summer job because I'm probably not going to get on a placement at this point, and there's nothing available. Um, so I need to build some funds. I've got people to catch up with. I've got next semester to prepare for because there's a collaborative module which is literally getting like the department getting like different people from the different kind of game sectors, so like designers, programmers, artists, developers, all that. Put them into teams and then making a game. And I probably talked about this earlier, not earlier in this week, but last week, because there was the meeting thing that happened last Wednesday, um, last Wednesday. So so yeah, that's coming up, and obviously I'm leading the design still, so I've got to make sure to some degree I have input on the design of the game, or like what idea of a game like we want to pursue and make. Um, so to some degree I'll be doing stuff with that and maybe helping organize some things, get the team like ready to go before the first week uh, over the 2 week break I have. Um, it's not even gonna feel like that much. It's gonna be like uh, week, maybe a few days less than a week break, and then the rest of it's just going to be doing stuff still. Um, but I am actually really looking forward to it. Like, oh gosh, the day I get to just do nothing but whatever, like random fucking thing I want to do that day. Oh, it's going to be so nice in the coming days. But nearly there, nearly there. So yeah. So I guess that's the takeaway from this week is despite the difficulties, perseverance beats it out. And having this like more having more desire to build structure in my life. I mean, with this and with other things like morning routines and that has helped me be more productive on a more like consistent basis. Because if this was last year, I would have so much more stuff I would need to do for like the next 3 days, and I would end up, I don't know, spending an all-nighter or like working the entirety of like Tuesday, the hand in day. Um, but this semester has been perfect because I'm basically just on target to finish the day before, kind of. So like that's great, and that's only there because of trying to keep consistent with doing uni work. So I am pleased with the outcome. And I guess I've just got to hopefully carry that energy through to the end. And we'll see how it all does, I guess, at some point when they actually mark it. So that'd be cool. Um, but yeah, so with the next week, it's going to be a bit of uni work, but then it's going to be a lot of chill time. And maybe I'll do more rambling then because I'll have, no need to get up early in the morning or really like stick to my schedule that much. Although I should still try to stick to it. I should definitely. But yeah, I have other things to talk about, I guess, more casual stuff. And maybe I will finally get round to talking about my Demon Arms story, which I've been teasing and mentioning multiple times. But yeah, that'll be something to look forward to next week. But that is gonna be it for the third video journal collection. Oh, one more, and then we've actually done a month of this, which is really cool. Um, it's gonna be cool to see, like, just to like know that like I've kept going with it for that long. It's a nice thought. Um, I still have to like go back and rewatch the rest of the second one because I haven't done that yet. Uh, like I watched the first one and I've watched all that through, and I was like, interesting stuff, interesting stuff. I need to rewatch the second one still all the way through because I only watched like the first part of it. But yeah, that'll be something I get to do when I'm fucking free of uni work. And I might also watch this one as well, and I'll be like, yeah, no, that poor guy. Oh, yeah, that is going to be it for this video journal collection. So I will see you in the next one. Take care.